Hello, this is Castle of Castle Does. I'm here to bring you the 7th episode, and it is the first time I'm doing a making of, which a making of means that I'm going to grab something that I worked on that actually shipped, and then explain like what went into making it and everything like that. In this case, it's going to be the Earth base from Doom 2, No Rest for the Living, and I'm gonna I'm gonna break it all down and be like, and then be like stuff and all the enemies that shit actually happened, like fucking based on a true story. And then I scripted it, you know. Actually, it was pretty fun. It was a damn fun project, like one of the most fun projects ever. All right, so. Also, keep in mind, I have not forgotten about my TF2 map, and I do have some really interesting things that still need to happen with that level, and I will be doing that. That'll be the next episode, and I will be doing also probably a double feature episode or something like that, where we're talking about the UT4 level. I haven't really had a chance to figure out how to use like GitHub or GitHub. GitHub. Yeah. I'll have to figure out how to get that to work so I can try out the copy of UT4 that's up there. Okay, so with all that said, the first thing that needs to happen is I need to explain that I'm going to be doing my playtest with Brutal Doom on black metal difficulty. You know, because it's fucking Brutal Doom. I mean, who could expect? Alright, I died a few times. Burned alive. Burned alive by Mancubi. Who made Mancubi cause fire everywhere? That shit completely caught me off guard. It's not funny. I went into that room the first time and it was just like, I was just like, why am I burning to death? It was just supposed to be, I'm supposed to know what's going on in my own fucking level. Well, that was, I thought it was pretty cool. Okay, so first thing first, it's weird that I didn't have my headset on for like a second, and then I had it, and I got my headset back again. So anyway, one of the first things that I really enjoyed about this playtest was that I could do this. Did you see it? Did you? Alright, let's play this back and... Someone passed me a muscle shirt. I'm about to bust out of my pants. I think that's fucking awesome! But totally wrong? What? Really? I can select it as like an option in GZ Doom? Okay. No illegal activity going on here, sir. I don't know what's going on. I'm not even in this video. Shut up. Shut up. This isn't me. It never was me. Got it? Alright, time to see what's going on in the first part of the game. Or level. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to mention is that GZ Doom Builder is really, really fucking awesome. I mean, I wish I had this when I was a teenager. I would have built everything. I would have built the entire universe in this thing. This editor is just pure genius. It flows like milk from a cow. Anyway, So with all that said, the very first thing that happens, here's all the co-op spawn points, and these right here are only for death or multiplayer. The multiplayer flag only appears. There is no deathmatch versus co-op. So anytime somebody spawns as a co-op player, you'll have weapons stay on, and newly spawned players are being insta-killed by Hell Knights or something. Will at least have a gun. It's kind of annoying to not have anything when you die and respawn in co-op and stuff like that. But it's more important for deathmatch. One of the first things you'll do when you first spawn in is you'll be looking down this hallway here, and if you turn to the left, now there's an old saying, or there's an old philosophy for Doom mapping, is that if you can get outside, it feels like you broke the game. Now this goes all the way back when first designing the No Rest for the Living maps. One of the very main things I wanted to capture is the level design from Doom 1. In which case, it's especially the shareware version of it, as it felt the most interesting to me. It was the version of Doom that resonated most with me. Although I did enjoy the other episodes and Thy Flesh Consumed and all of that. So with that said, if the player turns to the left, you'll see a key that he can't get to, and then there's items out there, and it's outside. You can't reach it. So obviously there's a lot more going on in the level. You move forward a little bit, and there's two guys here. That's a spawn point for multiplayer. Green armor, and just some basic combat hallway action going on over here. This room right here represents a spot where it's a shotgun. It's the first time you get the shotgun in No Rest for the Living. And I purposely set this window up so that when you grab, you go into the window. You grab the shotgun, you're looking clearly across, and you'll see this switch. Right? The switch is like a super secret in the first level, which is another thing. I love like the level lord, you shouldn't be here, level lord, and everything like that. I think that one of the things that No Rest for the Living represents most is a meshing of old design philosophy with new design philosophy. This isn't just a pack of levels. This wasn't just some side project. This, to me, is something that I feel is an example of how we should go about bringing back this style of first-person shooter. I wanted it to represent that, and in a lot of ways, I wanted to do a lot of throwbacks to these older style things. This is a sort of secret that you wouldn't see. Today, level designers don't have names in their maps. They don't. There's nothing like this anymore. There's no more level lord style secrets, and I wanted to do that, but this secret's pretty crazy. So if you run over to grab the green armor, this doorway here, or this this sector here is being hit by all of these different line defs, and each of these line defs are marked to close the door so that you can't get access to switch. So you won't be able to actually flip the switch to turn the lighting effect on for the castle was here. So you have to play the level perfectly. You can't grab the green armor. You have to do a perfect pass, and you have 30 seconds to go through all the way through the entire level without breaking the rules, without going in a single direction that you're not supposed to go. So you go all the way around, up here, flip this switch, go through here, all the way around here. Now there's purposely placed, like, this little nib right here is perfectly placed so that you can jump down, you go up the stairs, and then you hit the switch, and then you get to see the secret. Well, anyway, I want that secret to be something that people see, and this is a deliberate design. I placed it in a spot that is easily seen, but really hard to fucking do. One of the things that made it so easy for people to figure it out, I think, people figured it out almost like instantly, is that they were able to grab the WAD file like right off of their Xboxes. That was weird. Okay, so, and that's pretty much what this part right here represents. So let's see it in action. All the way up into right here. Alright, so beginning of the map. See, it's really easy just to look over and see that key. And then there are a lot of points in the level where I put yellow doors to say, like, hey, you're gonna want this key. Now, actually, one of the interesting things about the decision to make a super long secret in the first level is sort of a throwback to the first level in Dark Forces, which had probably one of the more complicated secrets. This shit is fucking bonkers. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god! What the hell? Oh my god! Oh my god! What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, okay, alright. Okay, Berserker Pack. That was just fucking crazy. And the secret is closed because I grabbed the green armor. I like how it shows the blue key in the... Another thing too is when you look through a window, I want it to be sort of a landmark. Any places that you revisit, I try to make sure that those areas feel unique enough that you know, even though you're coming from a different direction. Okay, so at this point right here, player is currently right here. When you turn this corner, you'll see that there is a red key and a red door. And these two things here are there actually to prevent people from jumping when they're playtesting in a Doom source port. Yeah, we had to actually keep track of that stuff, even though jumping is, you know, not supposed to be supported. We ended up having to make a caution, you know, we had to design around preventing people from doing stupid shit anyway. But you see the red key and you see the door. One of the things I think that has to be kept in check when it comes to an open-ended game like this, where the levels are more open, is to prevent the players from getting confused and lost. And I know in a little bit like this, it's kind of spelling it out, but I want to communicate a language to the player. Say, okay, that's what this is. We analyzed Doom to death when we were working on these levels. It wasn't just some, like, we even, like, got feedback about stuff that I didn't even really think about anymore. Like, one of the things that we heard about, like, one of the bits of feedback when talking to people who've never even seen Doom before, that doesn't look like a door. It doesn't look like a door at all. It looks like some metal wall. But I'm so used to looking at it, of course I think it's a door. And that doesn't look like a key. And in fact, it does not. You don't look at this and actually think, hey, that'll open a door. You think, maybe it's like a power-up or something. I don't know. Well, anyway, you walk in, you see that there's a red key, cool-looking thing up on a pedestal that you can't reach, and there's a door that's clearly marked red trim. push forward, and I check the room out. There's the key, there's the door. I love monster feet, so I did this a couple of times, and sometimes it kind of creates this weird scenario where a player takes a second either to decide whether or not to shoot the bad guy's feet to death or you know, leave them for later. So at this point in the design of the level, one of the main things that I wanted to do was start opening the level up a little bit more, provide a door that you can reach that you don't have the key for. So there's two different doors now. Since this area ends up being a little bit more open, it'll feel a little bit more like when you finally do get this key, you have, you know, you figured it out. Like you kind of feel a little bit more like you're moving forward, but revisiting areas that you were previously at. I wanted to be very careful about this because the level that's this closed in can tend to feel very confusing to the player. Ultimately, no matter how open-ended your level is, you're still in a linear experience. I know it's kind of a misdemeanor to say that, but in a lot of ways, even after a level is more open, you'd still have to get the key to open that specific door. It all funnels down back into the basics. I like having the chain gun guys. I like it when you have to kind of push forward in certain spots, and that's kind of what I have you do in this area. It's a little bit of a push. It's not too crazy. There's also a secret over here, which then you come back to later. So you go up through here, and then I did a trick. Now it's a mental trick that was deliberately done to the player. Anything that's shaped like a switch, and you look at it, you'll go, hey, that's a switch, right? Well, I guess that's why I'm going up the stairs, because I need to get to the switch, right? You're looking at the wrong side of it, though. Most players would actually just come up the stairs and they'd say, oh, there's a switch up there. They wouldn't think, oh, this is the side that I'm flipping. Sort of like a weird switch and bait. But anybody who's paying attention might realize, wait, hold on a second, there's actually two switches. There's a switch on this side and a switch on this side. And that's why we decided to go with, I decided to go with putting a different looking switch on this side, so that when you actually come up to this, you flip this, and you're like, wait, that doesn't look like what I just saw. It's something that just sort of sticks into the player's mind, but it's just a clue. One of the other things that we really try to do throughout all of No Rest for the Living is making sure that whenever you flip a switch, you know what it did. You're within arm's reach, eyes reach. You know, you could see something happened. A lot of old Doom maps didn't do that. You flip a switch and good luck, you know. So you flip this switch and it opens up a secret, and there's a bunch of specters, lost souls depending on the difficulty. It even lowers these things down to give the lost souls, the specters, better access to coming at you from different directions. Here's a door that you cannot open. A BFG if you're playing multiplayer. Woohoo! I never really did get anybody to playtest this in deathmatch. Alright, so you sort of push up. There's a dude behind that crate right there. Good God, he blew his arm off. Yeah, I know all the secrets. You know, go figure. Feet. More feet. I see enemy feet. Shoot the feet off. In Brutal Doom, when you shoot feet off, they fucking actually come off. The feet will actually get destroyed. That's a double secret that actually opens more than one secret. Sort of layered secrets. Layered secrets is sort of a mini theme. I like also being able to see the everything in this level so far has been seeing things through windows that you can't reach yet. The exit switch, or the exit door right there is a pretty good example of that. Alright, so if you're paying attention, you'll realize that, hey, look, that right there is in fact the other switch. Wait, what happens if I just flip it right now? Pow, flipped. Scary. 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 Scary! See how you can see that door open. I had one of the bits of feedback is that it wasn't easy enough to see it. Somebody might miss it, but we went ahead with making sure that it just, you don't have to go overboard, you know. So you get the key. Now as soon as you get the key, you turn, boom, red door, ha 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 ha. And here is the rabbit hole. Actually, it's not a hole and there's no rabbits, but it is a door. So you open it up, and there's a whole bunch of hell going on here. And once again, it's a little bit more of a push to get through, but it's not really. Most of these enemies are likely going to be killed. It rewards the player for poking at feet and being careful as they go through the map. Here is yet again another window looking at where you need to go next. See, it's sort of constantly reinforcing this, feeling of moving forward, feeling of getting to the next carrot, the feeling of this is why I'm here. Want to reinforce it over and over again. It's the tower in Half-Life 2. When you get closer and closer to it, it's more than that. It's like a multifaceted version of that. Every single one of the turns in this level, every single spot in this level, whenever you're turning a corner or you have some kind of a clue or that you're moving forward. So you turn in, you'll see the key, and you'll notice that the key is on the right. And the direction that you can go, this whole area over here, this entire like cool garden like grass and dirt area goes towards the stairs go up and to the right. Everything's saying, okay, this way will probably take me to the key. Even though the difficulty out here starts to get pretty crazy in Brutal Doom. And understand like standard Doom is like pretty intense as well for most inexperienced players. I wanted to make sure that things weren't too crazy, but the difficulty does actually start to ramp up at this point. This is the point in the level where things kind of start to say, hey, we are going to in fact deal damage to you. Get ready for it. And once again, another thing about this area, another carrot. Double barrel shotgun. It's visible. Player is going to see it. It's in a spot that can be seen from every angle up here when you're looking towards the center. There's no way you can miss it unless you're just literally not looking. There is a awesome double barrel shotgun, and you are going to want this. The double barrel shotgun is the hardest secret to get in the map. It's the actual reward. This is the gun that you can literally almost replace every other gun with once you obtain it. It's sort of like a Doom. It's the Doom 2 hallmark weapon. Shop smart, shop as smart, and that is exactly what that is. So you turn over here, if you're watching enough, you get some more feet, you know, because you gotta get feet. There's a door here, a switch marked as a yellow key. So you remember, a lot of players with a good memory will like, oh, wasn't there a yellow key like all the way in the very beginning? A lot of players don't really play that way. They don't remember the last 5 things that they did. They don't remember the last, the beginning of the map. They just sort of move forward, experience the content, and then continue on. People tend to have very short memories. But some will actually think, hey, there's a fucking yellow switch here, and there's a crazy ass yellow door. So there it is right there. You get all the way up, and see how I marked this with 2 silver trims? Some players won't even think twice and just open the damn thing right up instantly. However, what I want players to do is to grab the key and carefully kind of inch around and come into here, realize that there's a computer map saying there is something in this room that I need to do. And look over here. There's a hole in the wall with a weird silver thing that looks like it could be a switch. So anyone who, it's immediately kind of cluing in, oh, obviously there's got to be something going on here. So what happens when you come into here, that's only for multiplayer, you see the switch, you flip it, and you see the end result. This platform lowers. Okay, time to go a rabbit hole. I wanted players to shoot the barrel to kill that guy. Okay, so this right here is something that you could see when you flip the switch. You see that? You could actually watch the I'll go in it in the next part because that's coming up next. It's craziness out here. Apparently trees burn and get caught on fire. Man, the amount of detail that went into Brutal Doom. Yeah, by punching a pinky demon. That was the other thing. When I gave the Berserker pack, we made the decision that whenever we give Berserker packs to the player, that it actually be either very early in the map or or have some significant content that's about to happen. And the reason for that is that Berserker packs, since they're a level-wide bonus and they go away after you beat the map, their value diminishes by how much you've completed. So here's you need a yellow key. I put items over here to get feet action if you end up actually seeing it. The player will run up towards the door. A lot of players actually don't realize that that's a secret as soon as they turn the hallway. It's sort of like a balance. I also really love using the armor. I'm going to call them shards. The helmets and the vials. The shards are like fantastic ways to kind of keep people looking at stuff. So I open up this here, boom, you see it go down, and grab the computer map. Now there's a bug where you can see the castle was here before you're even supposed to. Anyway, Okay, so briefly I'm going to go into detail about this. There is a yellow trim on the bottom of this doorway right here. And I didn't go into this in the last spot because I had actually forgotten. There's actually a lot of stuff going on in this map that when you flip the switch, a player who's careful, who's paying attention, is very likely to see this move up. However, it looks like you're supposed to walk in here and like flip the switch and the door would open, but the door is marked with a yellow key. This is actually a yellow door. So there's this weird switch here, and the point of this is to get the player to wonder what the hell's, like, you're supposed to think about it. So like when it happens, you don't really know, hey, like, oh, you know, what does it do? So people who are paying attention are rewarded by actually seeing that this is going up. And then once you realize that there's something going on down there, then you realize, oh, there's a secret down here as well. So you circle all the way around. Now keep in mind, you just got the computer map, and you might have figured the secret out a little bit before that. But you get into here, there's a specter, a real asshole of a specter, and a teleport. And the teleport takes you in here, and voila, you got chain gun in Mother Russia. So anyway, the player is currently at this point right here, and you just got the blue key, and you flip the switch, and then you enter an area that's familiar because it's a, sort of the hub, it's sort of the center of the level. And there's two markings here for a blue key. So the blue door is literally like right in front of you. And you have all kinds of different directions that you can go. The level's very open at this point. So this accomplishes two things. One, the level is now almost fully open and fully explorable. And at the same time, you know where you gotta go next. See, it's really difficult to make sure that the level is both open and explorable, and you also spell it out to the player, hey, that's the area you gotta go, but without overdoing it. So once you get up to here, it ends up being like a new area, and to the right is could be various different things. In the hardest difficulty is in Arachnotron. I love putting specters in the water. they're kind of a pain in the butt. But they only appear in ultraviolence. One of the things that rings true about Doom level design is that there's an outside, and in some cases the outside, there's also a chainsaw as well. I'll get to that in a second. When you get outside, you break the level. Like you're getting outside the map. You're going to a place where you're not supposed to be. Well, in this case, there's like a door over here. The door isn't open, and there's another thing. If you look up and you turn over here, you'll see that just in sight there are helmets, armor helmets. So obviously you can in fact go out there, and there's a reason to now. It's like the tower in Half-Life again, sort of there's something out there and I need it, right? It's not like you just sort of float through a rabbit hole and eventually come out at the other end. Hey, ending credits of the game. This is, I know why I'm going out there, but I can't figure it out. So when the player gets to this point, flips the switch, raises this bridge, kills all the monsters, there's a whole bunch. I'm leaving a really strong feeling that you left stuff behind. There's a chainsaw over there. There's just tons. This is just an orgy of evidence that there are things that you're missing, that you haven't found. You can come in through here, take out these imps, and a deliberate design. Right here you have the exit switch. I love putting an enemy in here, by the way. That is just like the E1M1, man. Fucking imp in the exit room. But you come in here and boom, yellow door, right? This yellow door really has no actual purpose except for in deathmatch. It has no actual single player purpose other than to say, hey, what you first saw is a yellow key. There's a yellow key in here. You can't open this door. Players are gonna look at this and say, oh yeah, there's just a ton of shit in this level, and I've encouraged the player at this point. So there's no direction to go. You purposely cannot jump down here. There's no direction to go. So what does the player do when they can't figure out what they need? You know, they search around and they go back. So if you look at this line def right here, when the player heads backwards, which is the intended design, because there's no other way to go. At this point, I've put so much in front of you that you have not found yet. I made going back part of going forward. Now, some players might actually come up really quickly and do this, but a lot of players are going to be very distracted by the enemies in this area to even know that there's a door over there that's currently open. It may happen, though. It's going to be a different experience for everybody depending on how they play. However, sound cues, this door, this line def right here that opens that door makes a sound cue. So somebody who's paying attention and, you know, running back and forth is going to eventually see that this door, hear this door. Watch as I play cautiously, like I don't already know what's going on. Alright, let's see if we can get this secret. So you flip it, you run all the way around, boom, asshole specter, and door closed. Okay, I'm sorry people who played this. I know that was going to end up happening, but that's just one of those things where level designers get to be assholes every once in a while. I'm sorry. Well, not really that sorry. I'm glad that I got a change in. It really does make me feel happy. Alright, here we go. Huh? See, there's a chainsaw, there's armor, helmets. Alright. And boom, Rectitron. I don't even want to know what these damn things do. Metal, black metal difficulty. They probably have splash damage or fire rockets or something. I never really got to see what these things do, but god, fucking arachnotrons are rough mobs. And I ended up kind of making this scenario here where you deal with specters for a little while. If there'd be one thing that I would like to see improved about Doom is in its game design is to make it so that a 25 health stim pack isn't completely depleted as soon as you if you're only missing like 5 health. Because just on a design point of view, a lot of health kits are just absolutely destroyed because I didn't. Well, right there, I just destroyed 3 shotgun shells by grabbing one of those. It happens a lot. So here's the yellow door. Hey, I've got everything but that. I've been here for a long time. How come I don't have a fucking yellow key yet? Oh, it's probably all the way in the very beginning. At this point, the game is really tough. I've already been getting my ass kicked and all that, so I had to use save games. What the fuck did the imp do? And the blood made it so the exit side is covered up. You can't even read the sign because there's blood on it. Alright, so at this point, I know that there's more going on. The player is going to be like, hey, I know there's more going on in the level, and I want to actually try and 100% it. So I run back and forth, boom. There it is. Every player always heads towards the bad guys. So when you come out of this door, there's going to be imps this way. You're going to kind of close in on them, get a better shot, bring your shotgun, do that, and you're going to see this. I know this is kind of confusing. There is not a megasphere up here. There are only armor helmets. But there's this weird, like, lift. And it's like, this is just weird. I'm going through all this effort just for this. This area is a classic sort of layered secret area where one secret leads to another. So you are likely to go in, and that's one of the other things too, is that it's impossible not to see this. I'm really telegraphing to the player. I'm saying, find me! And I haven't seen a single playtest where the player didn't pretty much already find it just as soon as they turn this corner. So you end up and you flip the switch, and you don't know exactly what it does. You flip it and you're like, huh? And since there are no other directions to go, and how long it takes for this lift to come down and go back up again, you're very likely to like turn and then see it come up. See, when I originally built this trim piece right here came all the way out and covered up this lift, making it harder to see. But it was a deliberate design decision that was a bad idea to cover that up at all. So I made sure that there's like a trim here just for appearance, but made sure that this lift is very visible, and you will always be able to turn the corner and be like, oh, that thing went up. So you go through all this trouble and you get your helmets, your armor shards, and then you drop down and you go, huh, I guess that was it. You know, a lot of players are just going to jump down and be like, whatever. But somebody who's cautious is going to see this. And so begins the next secret. So this is here, and it's pretty obvious if you're kind of looking for it. But one of the things that if this isn't enough, if the player remembers, there's a chainsaw here, right? So it's like either you're gonna go through here and check all of this. You still know that there's still a carrot over here. How do I get to that? You know, how do I get to that? This right here is on the same wall. It's the same direction. Although a lot of players ended up finding this just because it's in a dead end on the right side. I don't want players to not find this. It's a secret. A lot of the secrets are things that I put because I want players to find them. So you get to this. You kill a specter. The specter kind of entailing, hey, specters are being kind of used in a way like, hey, there's sort of a secret in here. I know that the specters are over here in the water, so it's kind of muddy. That design decision ended up being a little bit more muddy just because I wanted to have specters in the water. But you come in through here, and I do one of the most asshole-ish things. And in Brutal Doom, this is just fucking serious shit. This is a door that opens up, and there's a Hell Knight in a tight area. shit yourself, man. Just shit yourself. But now you know, you see this switch, and well, one of the things that I just explained is that the player always goes towards the enemy. So there is a switch, there is this thing here. The player will probably run in a little bit. You'll hear, whoa! And you'll be like, what the fuck? Oh god! And probably get rape murdered in this corner because there's a Hell Knight here. I almost did. So when you kill him, naturally you're gonna go this way because that's where the last bad guy you fought was. And you get the chainsaw. Now, one of the things that happens here with the chainsaw is that the wall kind of opens up, and this is sort of a gag, is that the chainsaw doesn't really come in handy in this level. You already have a berserker pack if you've been paying attention to finding secrets, if you've been checking every one of the walls. So you automatically switch naturally to the chainsaw, and this wall opens up, and there's a whole bunch of lost souls. Guess what? Lost souls are not one of my favorite enemies. In fact, I hate lost souls. So I get a lot of gratification out of just chainsawing the fuck out of all of these little guys right here in this one doorway. It kind of gives you a reason for finding this secret. You're like, hey, cool, I got a chainsaw, and use it for a little while and switch to a gun and forget about it. That's pretty much what happens. But it's more gratifying. It's not like, oh, I found it. Okay, I got it, and then just walk away like nothing happened. I give you a reason to have it. So anyway, you come back in. Now notice, this lift is in direct sight, so you can't miss it. You know that there's a lift here. You take the lift up, and you get a quick ambush from an amp, and one of the toughest push sequences, and this is just, and Brutal Doom just makes this stupid. This is one of the spots where I got burned to death by fucking Manky-Bai. But what I wanted was a cool like cover sequence where you're kind of like pow, pow. Because Manky-Bai are really badass bad guys when they're in a medium range or tight area. You really do kind of have to take cover, and they have plenty of health. They got about 400 health. You really kind of got to work them down. In fact, they may actually have more than 400 health. Maybe somebody can correct me. But I wanted to have a nice, nasty, and very different style of fight to break up all of the gameplay that's been going on so far. This area is set up to be a take shots at them and they shoot back, and you can't go forward until they're dead. So you come in through on this, and if you're exploring, you'll see that there are 2 med kits here. You come up, kill the 2 Manky-Bai. This is only in multiplayer. You come into a this area out here is. All right, I'll go into that in a second. All right, start killing some imps. That is kind of a weird thing where you can kind of see that imp usually just sort of standing there. Alright, so here's the lift. Obviously the lift is how I'm going to get up there. There's sort of a dead end over there. I'm too busy right now trying to figure out how to get the armor shards to really care. Press use on this. That goes down. Oh, but what did it do? Oh, okay. See, there's no way you can't see. You can't not see that lift. Boom. Now you're up. You get these. Was that it? I imagine that most players are probably. It really is going to be a different experience for everybody. Okay, so here comes the part. I'm ready for it, but fuck, man. If you're not ready for that shit, that just. Oh man. Now look at this fucking Jenga! That's so weird. And he was the last thing you fought. Very high likely chance that you're gonna go this direction. New save game. I know hell is coming. It's gonna be like, whoop, yeah. Why won't it work? This is just weird. Okay. Grab the chainsaw. Yeah! Fuck yeah! Alright, now switch away. Forget that I even had it. I'm gonna go up. Okay, so this part is just fucking insane right now. I ended up, like, I had to play through it a few times, but luckily the chain gun is so powerful that you can just come in with a power play from hell. But everything catches fire in this entire room. Even when you're trying your hardest to just, what the fuck? There's so much fire up there. Oh god. Get that other med kit. What the You can't even see the damn thing. What the hell? I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna die. And I have a pretty good memory, so yeah, 1 second. For me. Run all the way. Boom. This isn't nearly as bad as the last part, though. Holy shit. On Brutal Doom, on Black Metal difficulty, this is just fucking retarded. Okay, so at this point, I am right here. I just opened this door. There's a blue armor. Now, a really important design decision was to make sure that when you turn, you can see even without having the ability to look up or down, because these levels were not made with that in mind. But you can see the yellow key right there. You've come full circle. All of that extra secret searching and everything like that. But there's this whole area that, you hear lots of monsters. You see basically what amounts to an arena. You're finally about to climb the mountain. This is the first thing that's conveyed to you in the very beginning of the map, and you're about to finally get it. And it's kind of a puzzle. It's a break in gameplay, so it's just like a pacing breaker. This area is meant as sort of a, okay, you've done some weird stuff, you've dealt with a push forward getting up the stairs. Here's an area where you kind of just wander around and collect things and sort of look through. You can't leave the area. You can't move forward until you grab the yellow key. You can see the key. And I purposely put these crates, this crate right here, well, these crates right here, to sort of make it easy for you to jump down. Because really all jumping down is, in standard Doom, is to just walk off the edge and land on something. Okay, now I'm standing on this, and I can kind of still look around. Now it's a little bit of a scary, like, hop. And then if you run, boom, you got the key. Okay, so at this point, I unleash hell on the entire fucking level. Okay, so these doors where there is a ton of monsters, this door here and this door here come down and funnel monsters all over the place. This is a pachinko hell right here, and it's designed specifically for that. You're here and mobs are every fucking where they can possibly be. Not only that, but I use a technique to have monsters. The very first thing that you do is you fire your gun at these guys over here. Well, what you're really doing is you're setting yourself up to wake up all of these guys. Now, there's a nice variety. We got, revenants and lost souls and all kinds of Keiko demons. There's all kinds of shit going on over here. These guys teleport to different locations in the level. These guys will teleport to here. These guys will teleport all the way over to here, and they pachinko their way up this way and usually end up over here. And these guys will teleport here, blocking you off from the exit. Once you finally get this key, the entire level changes. Everything that you have already explored is now a completely new and very dangerous place. Now, not to mention the fact that it's not even the final secret, because the whole reason why you went through all of this trouble was for the Doom 2 shotgun. The double barrel shotgun is a reward. It is the biggest reward you can get on the first level, and it is something that's really good, to have a little bit early. We made sure that the second level you don't really get the double barrel until a little further in. We wanted to make sure that this is something that you really work for and you get it early and it matters for a bit. But the whole level is now a completely dangerous place. Okay, so I'm getting ready for hell to break loose, and here goes. I love putting that barrel right there. I kind of want the shit to just start right off like Saving Private Ryan. Just fucking, that fucking pinky demon is gonna be cut in half. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Alright. Oh god. Jesus, man. And see, I got him pachinko in all directions around me and getting attacked in every fucking direction right now. Fuck. Okay, so I'm going this way. Alright, I'll be kind of safe in this corner. There's 2 Hell Knights over there. Okay. Try and get these health files. Alright. Whoa, alright, killed him. Die! Motherfucking die! I just kind of ignored him. Die! Alright. Okay, so ammo's not a problem. Trying to make sure that the player is usually overstocked on ammo. 70 health, 78% armor. Doing pretty good. That was a tough fight, but so that opens right there as well, and that allows you to have another option in order to go through the level. But it's kind of suicidal to jump down that hole. At this point, trying to just get through this part of the level is... He's just eating an imp! What the fuck? Oh my god! What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh fuck, man. Piggy demons, man. They're hilarious. Alright. Come on. Get a little bit more ammo. Hell Knight. Eat Hell Knight. What do you drop? What is that? There's some really weird things that were added to this. It's like rip and tear. Rip and tear. It's from the comic book, I think. So they end up getting kind of stuck up there. A little weird that the Pinky Demons are up there. Just fighting through dead bodies. So I usually come in around this way. God damn, man. I love the bullet tracers. I love the way this difficulty is tuned. I mean, this is a beautifully tuned difficulty. I find it really enthralling. Not quite sure if I'm gonna run into some weird random shit. So if you do go this way, the monsters end up pachinkoing back around, and you end up with some weird situation. Oh god, there's fucking ambushes everywhere. There's all kinds of random crazy shit going on over here. So you finally have the double barrel shotgun. Here it comes. Clear out a little bit more. Boom, kill that guy. That guy probably fucked many players, I'm sure. Alright, so double barrel. I was ready for him, other people probably not. See, I purposely marked that wall as not being a door, so you don't really quite know for sure if that's going to be something that opens up to try and kill you. And what the fuck? I shot his feet off and he shot me in the face. Okay? What the fuck? Alright, he kind of exploded. What's this? What the fuck? Man, Brutal Doom adds a lot of stuff. I don't even know how to use this. I'm assuming it's just like their rocket launchers. No target. I guess it's only homing. Start doing weird things like that. And I just wasted the ammo because I didn't think it was of much use to me. Man, that's just a weird weapon, that's really strange. And then what the hell's going on over here? What the hell is he doing? And he died. Alright. So the last stretch. Good God, it's like 4 in the morning. This video ended up being longer than I thought it would be. Now, because I'm pro at the level, I remember the yellow door. Fucking die, everything. I have to admit, at this point, I feel like I climbed a mountain, because that was rough. I mean, I'm ready for something. Fuck yeah! Okay, anyway. Time to end the map. I wonder what the item I missed was. Alright, the video is super long. It is super late. Fuck sleep. Fuck sleep. Fuck sleeping. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'm too tired to know what I'm even supposed to say. Take care. Able to do a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna like piece this together later. You know, it makes it a lot easier to talk in front of the camera when I can just say whatever I want, and then I'm like, totally, you guys are never gonna even see me say this. This shit is gonna go, it's just gonna be gone. I can say whatever I want right now. I can just fart. Fart. That's television.